So to get started using this plugin, I'm going to assume that you already know how to install it on your computer and you have the reports and everything's ready to go. First of all, this plugin now will not work with PlanSwift parts and pieces and things like that. Theirs not as coded, it doesn't have the formulas, they don't do unit prices, they don't do anything for you other than let you take stuff off. The template you want to use is the easy template, and then you also want to use the easy build folders. So we're going to just start from the start and do a new job. So we're going to appear to new job. All right, come on. Here we go. New job. Just go ahead and name it. And when you hit next, you're going to see something else come up. Now this is your scope of work. The scope of work can change at any time. You don't have to bid this. You can change it to whatever you normally bid. If it's just landscape and maintenance, that's fine. If it's landscape and irrigation, and let's say on this job, pavers and 90-day maintenance. Okay, you can go ahead and start with your qualifications if you want, and again, you can change them at any time. Most likely you don't know who the architect is or the plan sheets, and again, you can always come back by hitting this little P icon up there and going to job properties. Okay, so we'll just assume we're going to leave these blank. This is an hourly rate that you can establish for this job right now, or you can change it anytime. We'll leave it. We'll just go ahead and stay at 33 bucks an hour. And this should be your cost with burden. Okay, so your workers' comps, your portion of the taxes, SUDA, FUDA, and all that other stuff needs to be in this. But your overhead and markup are not in this, okay? Your profit is not here. This is just to cover the cost, okay? You can have standard rates, but for now, we're going to go ahead and just put 33 on the labor. Let's go 22 on material, 10 on subcontractor, equipment. Everything else we'll just kind of leave the same. And again, you can always come back by hitting the little PlanSwift eyeball up there, the all-knowing eyeball there. Click on that, and then your job properties and all these windows will pop open for you. Okay. Sales tax, whatever county you're working in, and let's go ahead and bring in a couple of plan sheets. Okay, just so you have something to look at. Next, and just go ahead and hit finish. And it's going to load up that job. One of the first things I do when I get a job is I'll go through and scale all the sheets that are going to get taken off. In this case, this is a 10 scale. And you already know this through working with PlanSwift, so I won't spend a lot of time with it. If you're not sure how to scale, please go through the PlanSwift videos and learn all this before you go and start estimating, okay? I always like to check at least one of the scale bars just to make sure that we have the right scale. Sometimes they're off. You got to be careful. Okay, now the very next thing I do, okay, this is a way of organizing the bid. I'll go to templates and go to my easy build folders, which you guys have, and I'm going to copy all three by using the control button and right click, copy. And then if we paste them into estimating, up here this paste bar, these will be available to us to organize our bid. So if you go to takeoff summary, there's all the folders that we just put in. Now there's nothing super magical about these folders, but I would recommend using them because they have totals built into them where the PlanSwift does and so on. So we've started a job. We have scaled the plans. Now you're ready to start becoming an estimator on this project. So I can start with soil prep. I'm not going to do the whole job for you guys. That's just tedious. You don't want to sit here and watch me work. But just to give you an idea how this works out. Hey, you can see I've done this takeoff. Let's say I did the whole project for the takeoff. 123 script, but I didn't put it in a folder. Not the end of the world. I'm just going to go ahead and open up my landscape folder, drag it into soil prep bulk materials, and go from there. I'm going to go ahead and count some sod. Let's do sod. We like sod. All right. So again, this time, same thing. I forgot to put it in a folder. It's not the end of the world. I do it all the time, and I meant to do it this time. I even forgot. So we'll let's do some trees. Okay, so 24-inch box tree. Now, when this pops open, you can put the botanical name or the common name. I mean, it could be anything. I know a lot of people, like in Texas, don't like the botanical name, where if you go to Minnesota, they love them, okay? And they'll love them even more if you spell it right. So, but I'm going to put it in the folder. Remember all those folders we pasted in there? That's these folders here. Oh, don't want it in soil prep. Trees. And now when I go to count these trees, I'm not going to give it any real big deal here. Got 5 of them. It put it in the folder for me. So one of the reasons we do use folders and divisions and things like that, which we'll discuss, or I've already discussed in other videos, is one, the folders give us a way to organize our bid. So when we want to find sod, we know that it's in the sod folder. We want to find mainline, it's in the mainline folder. So if you have several pages, it makes it a lot easier. But even more important than that, if you go to reports, you can do a report based on folders or division. Now, so this easy template has a proposal by folders. Let's open it up. Okay, so we put stuff in sod, we put stuff in soil prep, and we put takeoffs and trees. If there was shrubs in the shrub folder, that would pop up. If there's irrigation, it's going to pop up. Or you can use a divisional report, which puts all the landscape with the landscape, or trees with trees, sods with hydroseeding, and so on and so forth. So the division report will condense the size of your report, so you have all these numbers or whatever, and your divisions are in your list under divisions here, and you can add, change, whatever you want. You can have a purple division if you want to have a purple division. You can see I've got a lot of them. I like to separate my bids by division. It makes it easier to say how I'm bidding the job or what I'm bidding. Area 1, Area 2, Alternate 1, Alternate 2. It really helps out. Back to the reports, because we can do materials reports by folder. So whatever's in that sod folder is going to show up. We could do a labor report. Whatever's in that sod folder is going to show up. Okay, so in other videos we covered how to use the templates and things like that, but you guys now have the ability to go straight from your takeoff, okay, and organize it accordingly, straight to a report. Okay, report can be a labor report, it could be a materials report, and you can change those. Let's say you find out you get a quote for that common tree is instead of $155, it's $175. You can go and change it. But even better, you can go straight to your reports and print out a proposal. I mean, that's nice. You don't have to put it in a Word document. You don't have to go from PlanSwift to Excel, from Excel to a Word document. It's just so much easier. So we talked about this job property. Okay, we want to change the profit on this, or we want to change the hourly rate. Let's go in there. I'm going to hit this eyeball. They call it pink or PlanSwift eyeball. We can go to job properties, and everything that we wrote in there is for this job is here. So remember, we put pavers in, hardscape, prevailing wages or not. Hey, let's say the plans were prepared by Big Al's Landscape Architecture. Okay, and we all love Big Al, the landscape architect, don't we? Plan sheets are L1.1 through L3.4. I don't even know what they are. I'm just making this up as I go. And you could put the last date that they were dated, September. Oh, how much time spent? Let's go something easier. March 15th, 2020. And then if there was addendums, you can note the addendums. I'm just going to say none. And away we go. Now labor, let's change the labor. Instead of $33 an hour, we're going to go $55 an hour. Markup percentages, let's go 44%. So it changes everything. It changes all the labor, all the markups, everything in that bid. So if you went back to your report, let's go to division. Now we're at $1,800, a real small job. We don't really care, but watch what happens when I change the labor rate. Go back here, instead of $1,891 for our total bid, let's go $22. Now our bid went down to $1,591. So it's a real easy way to get out estimates. It's simple to use. It gives you labor reports. You can use equipment. It gives you materials report. You can shop for plant materials. You can use these. You have to get your own logo. I know this is a real special one, but you got to get your own logo and put it in there. And there's videos on how to do that in some of my other channels. But this will work great for landscape contractors. You can put in walls. There's just so much you can do. It doesn't even have to be a landscape contracting plugin. You can use it to build concrete if you want. You can use it to build patios, whatever it is you want. It's kind of the one plugin to rule them all. It's kind of like the Lord of the Rings. It's the Lord of the plugins. And it's so easy to use. Let's look at one sample. We've seen them in other videos, but let's go tear one of these apart and see what's in it. Okay, so when we counted that tree, it's counting the tree part itself, 155, and let's say we did get a price at 175. We just changed that price. It changes the unit price, changes the total price of your bid, everything. If you want to look at this inside its actual property, takeoff property, whatever name you want to put in there, you can adjust the size of the scale so it matches your plans. I highly recommend that. But you can come in here and say, hey, that tree costs $155. The extra materials for staking and ties and blah, blah, blah are $33. Oops, not 333. And it takes one person 1 hour to plant that tree. You can change it if you want, but it's whatever your guys can do, okay? And again, this is for the entry-level landscape contractor that wants to be able to put out bids efficiently, effectively, accurately, and be able to do a proposal on the fly and get your bids out there. Okay, so this is very easy to use. You guys should have no problems with that. Using it, developing it, creating templates, your own reports with your own logos. So anyways, thanks for watching. I really would suggest this, especially for you guys that are just using like Bluebeam for takeoffs, and then or Adobe or whatever, even PlanSwift, and then you put it in an Excel spreadsheet. Shame on you. I mean, this does so much more than your Excels. It's going to be more accurate. It's going to get you proposals. It's going to get your estimating done. When you do your takeoff and you count your plants, you count your areas, it's making a proposal for you. It's giving you your bid. And your bid's going to be based on your numbers, your material costs, your labor rates, your markups, okay? And your ability to plant a 24-inch box trees. Some guys it's going to take 2 or 3 hours. You guys may have a super tree digging crew or soft dirt might be close by. But anyways, these are things you guys should be thinking about. And I hope this serves you well. And I hope it helps build your business and makes you guys a couple bucks. Remember me when you're rich. I'll be the guy on the corner going, I should have sold my plugin for more money. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate it.